Soccer. That's Nightly News for this Monday. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Yamas. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Good night.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
They came with stories of suffering, loss, and unanswered cries for help. Now their voices are reshaping the debate on medical malpractice reform. I'm Nevaeh Anderson, and coming up, we hear from families who say Guam's medical system failed them when they needed it most.
As we near the 75th anniversary of the Organic Act of Guam, leaders take a look back on the progress made and work that lies ahead. More from that conversation at the Guam Congress Building tonight.
A beautiful exhibit of recycled artwork by a local artist on display at Kaha in Hagåtña. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with the story behind these creations.
Hafa and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Thanks so much for ending your day with us. Well, as senators debate changes to the island's malpractice law and the proposal of Bill 82, survivors of malpractice and grieving loved ones are calling for a system that values accountability and life. Nevaeh Anderson has the story.
While debates on Bill 82 continued, some argued that repealing Guam's arbitration law could push physicians off island. Others urged lawmakers to look at who has already been pushed to the edge: families who were failed by the system.
I'm the voice for my son. He cannot speak on his behalf now.
Carly Kanata's 3-year-old son, Kaivan Roy Kanata Matanonia, was discharged after nearly 10 hours in the Guam Memorial Hospital emergency room. All the while, hospital staff assured Kanata that her son was fine, despite his visibly worsening condition and x-ray showing he had developed multifocal pneumonia. Kaivan unfortunately passed that evening at Naval Hospital.
How many more families, how many more mothers have to feel what I'm feeling for something to be done?
Maria Espinosa's son Matthew suffered a cardiac arrest after undergoing general anesthesia during a dental procedure. He survived, was transferred to the Guam Memorial Hospital, and was administered a tracheostomy, but was left bedridden for 8 years before he passed in 2020. Maria tried to pursue legal action but was deterred by the high costs of arbitration and the lack of attorneys even willing to hear her out. She supports the bill.
The claimants will be better able to afford this pre-screening process, and it gives the defendants an opportunity to settle the claim even before the judge reviews the evidences.
And at Naval Hospital, Robert Celestial almost lost his life after undergoing a kidney biopsy for edema in his ankles, despite warning doctors that he was on blood thinners. He woke up on life support. From there, he suffered through dialysis, liver damage, and ongoing health issues.
I just went in for a biopsy, come out, almost died. Now I got to suffer for how long?
And in November of last year, 4-year-old Drew Michael Untalon Bamba died of cardiac arrest and sepsis after undergoing abdomen surgery. His grandmother, Emily Untalon, questions whether doctors did their due diligence, ensuring he was properly cleared to go into surgery. She says the room he was in was also unequipped with the tools necessary to save his life.
Why didn't they have all the equipment that he needed? He was the only one in that ICU. Why wasn't attention given to him? Why didn't they do an MRI? I just want to bring justice for my grandson. And if this bill is going to help.
And it's not just about what happened, it's what didn't. No red flags in the system, no public disciplinary records, and no warning to the next patient who walks in. Now the question before lawmakers: should justice remain behind a $50,000 wall, or should Guam build a process where patients and providers can both be heard and held accountable?
Status quo is the only failure. If we change nothing, that would be a complete failure.
Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
Thanks, Nevaeh. In other news, tragedy struck on Route 1 near Happy Landing Road over the weekend. Guam police have identified the victim of an auto pedestrian crash that happened late Sunday night as 33-year-old Lloyd Dylan Esquilar Helena. According to authorities, at around 9:18 p.m. on June 30th, Helena was on the raised cement median and attempted to cross the busy roadway outside of a designated crosswalk when he was hit by a vehicle traveling in the middle lane. Emergency responders rushed Helena to Guam Regional Medical City, but he was later pronounced dead. The driver of the vehicle stayed at the scene and cooperated with authorities. The vehicle involved has since been impounded as part of the ongoing investigation. Now, GPD extends its deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of Mr. Helena. Well, one of 7 people indicted in the $1.9 million pandemic fraud case is no stranger to controversy. Frankie Rosalind, once a prison guard and now a port employee, has a history that's troubling. Jonah Ginchar reports.
Back in 2017, inmates in the DOC's Special Housing Unit were caught with cell phones. And who was on the line? Phone records tied communication to then-officer Frankie Rosalind. Prosecutors revealed a smuggling ring. DOC officers paid to sneak in phones, tobacco, even drugs. Inmates even got tipped off before shakedowns. Rosalind was arrested by the Mandanya Drug Task Force, pleaded guilty to misconduct, and got probation that ended in 2021. Just as his probation ended, he landed a new government job. Rosalind was hired at the Port Authority of Guam. And this year, he made waves again. In March, a heated showdown between Rosalind and Port General Manager Rory Respicio escalated. Witnesses say Rosalind got physical, allegedly punching the GM's office door, leaving holes. Respicio reported it to Port Police, fearing his safety. A grand jury later charged Rosalind with disorderly conduct. The AG's office tried to stack more charges, but a grand jury returned no true bill. Rosalind was demoted, not fired. His salary slashed to just over $52,000. Now he's fighting back, filing a formal appeal with the Civil Service Commission, claiming retaliation and demanding his old job and legal fees. KUAM reached out to the port for comment on Rosalind's current status, considering his indictment and serious allegations. Respicio only provided, Frankie Rosalind is a port employee. But what strikes a nerve for many is his alleged role in defrauding pandemic relief. The scheme diverted aid from families on Guam who genuinely struggled, who lost jobs, homes, and hope. And yet Rosalind, already a public servant, given a second chance, chose to be a part of a plan that helps himself instead. For many, it's seen as nothing short of selfish. His next CSC hearing, July 16th. His arraignment on the federal fraud case, July 3rd. From prison contraband to pandemic fraud, Rosalind continues to dodge consequences. But the question looming over it all, when, if ever, will he be held accountable? Jonah Ginchar, KUAM News.
Well, as Guam approaches the 75th anniversary of the Organic Act, island leaders and descendants of its early constructors gather to honor the milestone and renew calls to shape the island's future.
As the 75th anniversary of the Organic Act of Guam approaches, the People's House became a place to look back on the road we've traveled and to set our sights on the road still before us. Acting Governor Josh Tenorio.
Just about 75 years ago, the Organic Act laid the foundation for a government on Guam by and for our people. It gave our families U.S. citizenship, established the Guam legislature, and began a critical shift to let Guam start governing itself.
Tuesday's event kicking off a series of celebrations under the theme Luma La'i Historiata, History Comes Alive. That history felt alive inside the legislature's chamber, filled with what Tenorio called, quote, the descendants of the constructors and formulators of our civilian government. Speaker Frank Bloss Jr. paying tribute to the icons who paved the way.
We're sitting in a historic site where many icons, many individuals who have taken us to where we are today have stood before their colleagues to be able to speak about the liberties and the freedoms and the powers that we want for our people to have. The likes of Uncle Carlos Taitsino, Baltazar Badalio, Antonio Juanpat, F.B. Leon Guerrero, Eduardo Calvo, and many others.
Victor Lujan, grandson of the late Carlos Taitsino, reflecting on his grandfather's early fight for civil government and the larger quest for self-determination.
He hoped many things for Guam, and particularly to live long enough to see the day when Guam is no longer a colony. He passed away at the age of 92 with that wish unfulfilled. Even so, my grandfather and leaders of his generation demonstrated that even if the odds are against you, even if the powers against you seem impossible to overcome, you can change things for the better. If my grandfather and his peers could, then maybe, and I firmly believe we can, just maybe we can achieve this goal in my lifetime. To me, that example is Carlos Pangilinan Taisano's true legacy.
Attorney Mike Phillips, grandson of the late Baltazar Bordalio, who helped shape the island's political development, also reflecting.
It definitely was something to celebrate. It was a transition, and we kind of left out that part. We've kind of just revolved around the Organic Act, and that's what we have. And it's not. It's such an opportunity. The path is still there, and we just have to fight.
Meantime, the acting governor adding that while this milestone is a time to celebrate who we are as Chamorros and Guamanians,
the rights and privileges that we have as citizens, especially given the circumstances in the continental United States and abroad, but to recognize that there still remains some unfinished business at the table of Guam.
For the full lineup of events slated for August 1st, visit KUAM.com.
Time for a quick break. You're watching KUAM.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Go on a journey to discover true health and wellness. At the Medical City, we bring you expert care, cutting-edge treatments, and personalized wellness programs. From wellness checkups to relaxation retreats, nurture your well-being in a place of healing. Explore the Philippines. Experience the Medical City.
Summer's here, Guam. Get ready for sun. Here to backyard barbecue essentials, Kmart has it all at prices that keep your wallet cool. Stock up on snacks and fun kids activities to keep them entertained. Kmart is Guam's one-stop shop for summer fun. Plus, military and frontline workers save more with our exclusive discounts every day. Shop now for your summer essentials at Kmart, the 24-hour superstore. Summer vibes, Kmart style.
Anything's possible.
College is possible. Retirement is possible. Adventure is possible. And so is saving for it all with our Banco Hana savings special. Earn an interest rate of 3.55% for the first 90 days when you deposit $25,000 from another bank into a Banco Hana Bonus Rate Savings Plus account. Requires a Banco Hana checking account with an opening deposit of $500. So make your savings goals possible.
Anything's possible.
Reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
Welcome back to Primetime. Well, it's game on and bottoms up at Carabao Brewing, where Thursday nights in July just got a whole lot wilder. From jaw fours to pint pours, Uno fans across the island are stacking up their decks and their drinks for Guam's first ever Uno and Brews tournament. It's a showdown of cards, craft beer, and colorful competition, and everyone's aiming to shout Uno before the night is through.
Uno champs and fans of the card game around the island now have a place to get together, flex their skills, and win weekly prizes. This July, Carabao Brewing is partnering with KUAM Communications and Docomo Pacific for Guam's first ever Uno and Brews tournament. Every Thursday night in July from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., head over to Carabao Brewing for an evening of friendly competition and great brews. Participants can enjoy $1 off Carabao pints and wild card food specials. The tournament is open to players 21 and over, and you can pre-register by emailing promotions@kuam.com. Registration is $15 per game night, or you can secure your spot for all 5 weeks with a $50 pass. Tournament winners with the most cumulative wins over the course of the tournament stand to win some amazing prizes from tournament sponsors. So whether you're banking on beginner's luck, or if you are the ultimate Uno strategist, Carabao Brewing is a place to be on Thursday nights in July. Don't skip out, and don't forget to yell Uno to make your wins count. Visit our social media platforms to learn more and to get all the game rules.
Vibrant gemstones, Mardi Gras beads, and shells decorate a display of recycled artwork at the Guam Council on the Arts and Humanities Agency in the heart of Hagåtña. Mitsuki Hirayama has more on how one local artist is taking sustainability to a dazzling new level, turning trash to treasure.
From bejeweled treasure chests, crowns, bottles, and more, a treasure trove of recycled artwork is on display at the Kaha Gallery in Hagåtña. Kaha artist Elizabeth Abuan takes older discarded materials and upcycles them to one-of-a-kind pieces of art.
There are all recycled items found in our homes, beaches, offices, thrown away things that we intend to clean our surroundings, and when we have really clean surroundings, we see things in a much better way, right? And clarity, makes sense, right?
For instance, vibrant treasure chests are made from scratch using discarded egg cartons, cardboard, and some glue.
They're created into a process where you compact them in different segments of glues and paperwork until you finally create a level-like surface, like wood type of material.
Fabric sourced from the closets of Catholic Social Services are stitched into a colorful heart collage, plus donated bottles from wind shells are transformed with gems, sequins, and Mardi Gras beads.
That makes it vibrant, brilliant. So you don't want to throw your bottle works away again, whether they're small size, medium size, large size of bottle artwork. So, there's really the importance of recycling.
And Abuan shares the art of recycling. She often holds hands-on workshops for underserved individuals, sharing how to take another man's trash and turn them into treasure.
Not only that we're cleaning up our space, we're creating something that is beneficial that could probably create skills and talents for individuals who are looking for a small business or something that to sell.
The community has until July 3rd to catch the display of recycled artwork at the Kaha Gallery. The exhibit will close out with a reception on Thursday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view from Tagacheng Beach.
Congratulations to both of you as you embark on your new journey with us. And welcome to the Bank of Guam Familia.
Go get him.
Good morning, Kara.
Good night, Kara.
You're doing great.
Half a day. I'm Kara, your virtual banker.
You want what's best for your baby, a healthy birth, a happy home. You want to prepare your child for school and see your child take on the world. The Guam Early Learning Council is here to help. To get resources and information on helping your child succeed, dial 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays.
Being stationed on Guam, there is much to do on the beautiful island.
But before you pack, sanitize any household items and leave any organic materials behind to prevent the introduction of invasive species. If it's not native, it could be invasive. Leave invasives behind.
New training location confirmed. The Mariana Islands. Before and after training, you will identify and sanitize your tactical gear to prevent the spread of invasive species. If it's not native, it could be invasive. Leave invasives behind.
Can somebody please help me judge this chicken?
Juicy, seasoned. Wow.
Yeah, that's the hair.
Now, who you think made this? I don't know who cooked it, but they know how to cook. Boom!
Oh, McDonald's! Yes!
Are you serious? You don't like Mickey D's? Okay.
Guess what? I got something special for y'all. Double dip!
Cause that nods mean people who love McCrispy strips.
How you feeling now? Yeah.
Caught in 4K. McCrispy strips, man, from Mickey D's. They here for it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
So Sophia, grappling across the board, you've done jiu-jitsu, you've done traditional freestyle wrestling and everything. What got you into the sport? And did you choose the sport, or did the sport choose you?
So I would say that the sport chooses you, because there's you can be really good at a sport and not like it. But I believe wrestling really helped me, not even just not mentally, but physically it helps you. And I joined wrestling because I wanted to improve my jiu-jitsu skills, and that's being aggressive, top game.
And of course, right after graduation, you went and you are now training in Florida. So what are you working on right now, and where are you training?
So on Guam, for high school, it's folk style, and for college, it's freestyle for women. So transitioning to freestyle has been hard, but the training here is really good. I've trained in Jacksonville, I've trained here in Tampa and in Spring Hill. And I would say the training here is definitely better for people who would want to, get better at any sport. But mainly wrestling, the wrestling here is really competitive, and it's helped me grow and, really bring out that fire.
Can somebody please help me judge this chicken?
Juicy, seasoned. Wow.
Yeah, that's the hair.
Now, who you think made this? I don't know who cooked it, but they know how to cook.
Boom! Oh, McDonald's! Yes!
Are you serious? You don't like Mickey D's? Okay.
Guess what? I got something special for y'all. Double dip!
Cause that nods mean people who love McCrispy strips.
How you feeling now? Yeah.
Caught in 4K. McCrispy strips, man, from Mickey D's. They here for it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replay, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Superspeed your life with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet. Get symmetrical upload and download speeds up to 5 gigs. Get started with Fiber 500 at $145 a month, Fiber 1 gig at $215 a month, or Fiber 5 gig at $299 a month. Plus, get 2 SuperPod 6Es with any plan, and a free EcoFlow River 3 and bonus welcome kit with 1 gig and 5 gig plans. Experience tomorrow's islands today with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet.
I wish they could move back home.
Should we build on a honeymoon? Yes. Yes!
First Hawaiian Bank knows that family comes first. That's why our bankers work with you to make your what-ifs a reality. Personalized service and digital tools, all under one roof when you bank on the best. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
Giving Every Tuesday is brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Summer's winding down, and for some families, back-to-school season can be tough. In this week's Giving Every Tuesday feature, we shine the spotlight on an organization that's made it their mission to lift up Guam's foster children with compassion, care, and community. For more than a decade, Harvest House has been a safe haven for foster children and the families who care for them. As a ministry dedicated to physical needs, spiritual encouragement, and emotional support, their impact goes far beyond a single season. From recruiting and training, trauma-informed foster families to retaining them with vital support and heartfelt events, Harvest House is always there when it matters most. They even serve as an emergency triage center, stepping in for children in crisis who are entering the foster care system. And now, with the start of the school year just around the corner, they're making sure no foster child is left behind. The annual Back to School Bash is a joyful celebration where foster kids receive not just backpacks and school supplies, but a reminder that they are seen, valued, and deeply loved. This year, the call-out is for quality reusable water bottles and sturdy backpacks, with donations being accepted through July 25th. It's about giving each child the confidence to walk into class with dignity and everything they need to thrive. You can drop off donations by reaching out via WhatsApp at 671-489-4737 or email harvest.house@hbcguam.net to get involved. Because when you give the Harvest House, you give children more than school supplies. You give them the chance to feel safe, supported, and ready for what's ahead.
Giving Every Tuesday is brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Okay, boys and girls, today's theme for News Bites is treat yourself. And you know what? I want you to treat yourself when it comes to the Maui concert, right? Not just show up, not just go, not just book your tickets and everything. Get the VIP. Get the best seats possible. Or even if you don't get the VIP, get the best angle possible so that you can make content and share this amazing experience with everybody all over the world, because it's the Hafaloa Concert Series Part 4. Everybody in the station right here, from the front all the way to the back, everybody is humming, singing, harmonizing with Maui tunes, and it's super, super awesome. So I want you guys to be part of that experience. Also, remember I said treat yourself to an amazing live concert that happens on Independence Day on 4th of July. That's next Friday. It's going to be down at Polaris Point, a fantastic place to watch a concert, if I say so myself, because Johnny Sweet and Shante are going to be playing live. Make sure to check out militarymwrguam.com. This is for everybody, open base event, open to the public. Thank you to our friends in uniform for everything that you guys do. Thank you for your service. All right. And then treat yourself to some ice skating. It's a summertime season, but that doesn't mean that you can't get out on the ice or ice-like substance. So make sure to go check it out. $6 gives you a half hour. It's fun for the entire family. And listen, if you're a older brother, godparent, parent, you know, you're babysitting and everything, and you don't want to go out there and do like the ice thing, they got these like little booties that you can put on your feet so that you can help their little one enjoy their ice skating experience. They'll give you the skates too. All right, so if you just want to watch and chaperone or supervise and everything, they got you covered too. That supports Breaking Wave Theater Company, and of course, it's brought to you by our friends at Tumon Sands Plaza, GPO, and Junior Achievement. Treat yourself. You're going to thank us for it. Tell them KUAM sent you. On this Tuesday, we're saying happiest of birthdays to Aaron Cruz, and your shout out says, hope you have a great one coming from family and friends and your family over at GFD. I remember interviewing Aaron, really, really good guy. And Aaron, man, from all of us here at KUAM too, we wish you a happy birthday, bro. And Nanny Righty, happy blessed sweet birthday to Nanny. Love mommy and your adoring familia who sends you all the best. Nanny and Aaron, today's your day. We're happy for you both and your families. We celebrate you, and we hope you both have fantastic birthdays. And happy birthday to Jennifer Mendiola. We hope your birthday is full of sunshine, rainbows, love, and laughter. We are sending many good wishes to you on your very special day. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And that's your Primetime Show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle is brought to you by the Medical City, your trusted partner in health.
Oh man, I love summertime. Oh, hi everybody. I'm Jason Salas here in Harmon, and I love the summer atmosphere here on the island. We got island vibes, island weather, and I love getting out and getting fit, and that's what we're going to show you how to do this week on Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Plus, awesome things about real estate and ways that you can live a healthy and happy island life. We got a great show for you today, so we hope you enjoy watching. Here's what we have for you this week. Enjoy.
House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
All right, half a day, everybody. Welcome to the show. We are in Santa Rita today, the beautiful rolling hills. You know, there's some rain coming in here. So Liz and Gina are here. There's Gina, there's Liz. We are
Got something special for our viewers today. We're going to show you guys a container home. Tiny homes are all the thing on social media, but we got a real good one for you today, right?
Yeah, our Guam Pinterest container home.
Okay, well, let's go. And we are going to the home of a friend of ours.
Russ Young.
Russ
This is
Young.
his home. So we wanted to show what he's done.
And this is literally in a container, everybody. Look, hey, Russ.
Hi, Russ.
Hi, Jeff. How are you?
How's the day?
How's the day, sir?
All right. Thank you for having us at your home.
No problem.
Okay,
Come on in.
your container home, which is how long of a container, Russ?
How long in time, or?
Yeah, or how long of in terms of dimensions, like how big, how wide?
Oh, you're talking 2,800 square feet
Mhm.
between the two floors.
Mhm.
And downstairs this area is about 960.
Wow.
And then the 2 bedrooms would be what, 16 by 40. So, you know, you'll see it as you go through.
Okay, and this is multiple containers put together, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Fantastic. Okay, and you see, Russ, how long have you been working on this now?
Actually, because of the pandemic, we started I think it was 2018. And then the pandemic hit. We actually got our blueprints 4 days before the pandemic officially started. Wow. And so prices went, as you know, triple. And so it was put on the back burner until a year and a half ago. We woke it back up again and got my contractor's license and my building permit.
Okay, I was going to look at the permit, Russ, but that view is unbelievable. To wake up to that every single day.
Absolutely.
You are a blessed man. Right?
No, I'm a numb man.
No, okay, well, numbed by the amazing power of nature and everything. All right, ladies.
Well, we wanted
no one knows that real estate is. I'm at a loss for words.
Yes, but when I saw this, we wanted to feature alternative housing projects, and Russ definitely, he's still finishing it off, but as you can see, he
Loving
made
the
it
telescope.
doable.
Okay, yeah, now this isn't basically just like a container. I mean, Russ, you have all the full amenities. We have power, water, internet connectivity.
No, I have everything you have at your
sewage,
house.
yeah.
No, I have
Or-
a septic system.
Septic, okay, whoa, okay.
Well, up here, even the concrete homes are on septic.
Septic,
There's no
yeah,
sewer
no
system.
sewer.
Ah, okay, good point, okay. Okay, so we are in your living room right now, Russ. If you would, take us through what you got.
Well, this segment right here will be the entertainment segment, and then the other half there will be the dining segment, and then in the kitchen, as you see. And,
Watching the blacklist, thank you very much,
Okay.
appreciate that.
And then, and this side will be the sleeping accommodations. Then, and over that side there will be your bathroom and cleaning facilities.
Okay, and I love the Spanish guitar. How long have you been playing?
Well, I lost a finger in this job, so I can't play now.
Oh no, okay.
So
Well, Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath, kind of the same thing happened to him, and he had a pretty good career too.
Yeah, it was the beginning of my life. That was my career, but
There you go.
when I came to Guam, life changed.
Okay, well, would you consider this a work in progress? I mean, you're, by no means are you completed. There's a lot of things going on right now, but this is amazing. I mean, the air
Actually,
conditioning.
I don't want it to complete.
Okay.
Because if it completes, then what am I going to do? Go fishing every day? So I'm not anxious. I'm not in a big hurry.
Okay.
It's just keeping the building permit and the contractor's license and everything to comply. When you take longer, it costs more.
Okay, well, Gina, I'll give you the honors of leading us to the lavatory and the master bedroom.
Well, before we do that, I want to point out that Russ is not your typical homeowner. He has the ability. You're doing self-construction, I'm assuming, and I've gone down that road too with my son. But you have the ability to do this work. Most people can't. But one of the questions I wanted to ask is, what made you decide to build with containers versus just doing it with concrete?
Well, concrete is something I've my whole life. I'm from Miami, Florida, and my father was a contractor and a builder, and I worked for him, of course. And a lot of the influence you see here is his influence. So that was abandoned when I actually moved to Guam. I didn't do much building, I didn't do much contracting, but I still had it, except I worked for your husband at DCA for a while after the gun club was destroyed.
Yeah.
So then the challenge think began in 2017 or 18, where my wife and I were throwing things back and forth about, you know, we found this property and we bought it, and we were throwing things back and forth of what do we want to put on the property, and we landed on containers. So then I put my original designs and drawings together, and I hired an architect who drew it up. It was March 28th, I believe, when we got our building. No, that's when the pandemic started, was on that day.
Yes, March.
April 1st, I got my contractor's license and my building permit, and prices went sky high.
Yes.
So I was stuck with putting it on the back burner until a year and a half ago, and we woke it back up again. And
Are you finding that using containers as an alternative to concrete is more affordable? Can you vouch for that?
well, when I initially put the numbers together before the COVID prices, the cost from the contractor's office was at that time was $135 per square foot for just your standard house with turnkey.
And do me a favor, Russ, while we talk about that, let's go and check out the
Sure.
the master bedroom as we can. Okay, so you were talking about the price per square foot.
So the cost for doing this at that time, after I did the numbers, was $64 a square foot.
Wow.
So it gave a lot of elbow room to, you know, to play with things. And that changed when COVID hit. So the last time I checked, building prices went up to, the cost was $235 a square foot, and I'm up at $134.
Wow.
I'm $134 a square foot.
Okay, we've got multiple split unit air conditionings here, and air conditioning units, I should say. Here is literally where the containers were combined with the living room and the master bedroom. And I mean, Russ, when I was driving up here, like going past Upper Heights, and I was thinking, I was like, inside a container, would it feel like at all claustrophobic or a little bit compressed? That is absolutely not the case here. There is ample space.
No, and it's quiet. Believe it or not, because behind this wall, you'll see there's not this one. This one is because it's an adjoining wall. Behind these walls, you're seeing insulation, and the insulation, and then you've got the fiberglass insulation on that. So you've got 22 R value in insulation, and included in the roof, the same. So with that R value, the aircon, my electric bill is not that expensive.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it's been so brutally hot for the last several weeks. Do you feel any of that right now? Does it permeate through the walls?
No.
Wow.
So my electric bill is virtually the same consistently.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place. This crispy chicken is from a taco place? Hey, this crispy chicken's from Taco Bell? The taco place? This chicken is so perfectly crispy with tortilla chip coating. It's from a taco place.
Surprise!
What? It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
It's going to be better because I just painted the roof on this section last week.
And you got a hot tub outside. You know, you might not want to use it right now because the rain's coming in over the valley. But would you show us the bathroom, Russ?
Sure.
And I never thought I'd ask that on TV.
I want to show you.
Oh, sure.
You take a look at the thickness of the walls.
walls.
So that adds to the insulation as well, right? Look at how thick his walls
This
are.
isn't exposed to the exterior, so it doesn't have too much, but it definitely adds to the sound. You can have the TV and stereo up in here, and no problem.
Okay, so this is the bathroom facility, right?
But again, I want to stress that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, that's abundantly clear.
Yes, he knows exactly what
everybody.
he's doing, so he can pull this off. For most of us, we probably need a professional to help us to guide us through this project.
Well,
but he has the ability to do it.
Maybe Russ will serve as a consultant for anyone interested in doing
So
it.
this is the laundry room. We have, that's a refrigerator? Oh, no.
That's just a closet.
No, what am I saying? You wouldn't put a refrigerator in the bathroom?
Yeah. So this will be
Clearly, Russ, I have not ever built my own home.
this will be a jacuzzi tub on this side.
Okay.
So and then of course the ladies' vanity here, and then the access to the bedroom right there.
Hot tub.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and right there into the master bedroom. Wow.
Look, I wanted to point out, if you look up into the ceiling,
I will do that.
you can see the joints. He cut this. These are two containers put together, and you can see how he trimmed it and fused it together. Like I said, like Gina said, only someone who knows what they're doing.
Can I be honest? I've never used a plasma cutter in my life before this project.
And then you.
I think you figured it out, Russ.
He figured it out.
Yeah, nice cut.
Also on the welding side, the welding is something I'd done one time in my life and it hurt my eyes, and I swore that was not going to ever be my profession. But in this case, I was forced to because there's a lot of welding involved.
Yeah.
Well, I think we want to come back and can't wait till you seal all the walls and get everything, everything in place. I think it'll be well worth the visit.
This is absolutely magnificent, Russ.
Yes. Can you imagine? We can already see how beautiful
This is going to be, yes,
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
the upstairs will basically, it's this size right here on the second floor.
Yes.
And upstairs will be just one big open space with about this much space right here, 8 feet. That's going to house the bathroom and a small little kitchen area up there for guests, family, whoever comes to visit.
Okay.
And then above
Like
this,
a big open deck, too? Or are you going to have one of those up?
straight above this,
Okay.
you're going to have a very large deck overlooking the valley.
Dining al fresco. I love it.
Yep.
You know, Russ, I took maybe about 35 years ago, I took an art history class at UOG, and I don't think any painting we ever looked at in that class, even with the rain, does justice to this absolutely amazing view. I mean,
Yeah, even with the rain.
yeah. Imagine eating your corn pops every morning when you're looking at that.
Well, I'd get up before daylight, so I wouldn't be seeing it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Okay, now I'm always I'm just, you know, I mean, I work in software, so I'm naturally paranoid about everything, right? What are some pitfalls or things you wish you could have done differently?
At this
Hindsight being 20/20.
At this point, I think between the architect, Willie Flores.
Oh yeah, Willie, former senator, nice guy.
Very, very big and helpful. He's on call all the time. Between that and just the internal drive to have a final project in life that means something. So that's the motive and the driving.
And you're saving a ton of money. And I mean, again, like this by no means feels cramped, compressed, enclosed, claustrophobic, not at all. I mean, I really feel as if there's like a lot of like lounge space here, for lack of a better term.
Well, the external, once the underneath the blue tarps outside is all cedar siding, so the whole outside will be V-matched with like the front entrance.
The front entryway, which
the
is
whole
really nice.
building, so you won't even know it's containers once that is completed.
Okay, and as you said, you know, this is a perpetually unfinished product, and I think that's a beautiful way to say that. What will be the first meal when you get that upper deck going and everything like that? What will be the first thing you and your wife actually prepare for yourselves to kind of like sit back and have a wonderful dinner at Island Sunset?
You're gonna have to ask her.
follow-up interview for sure.
Yes, this is kind of working out very valuable for us because living, and she's Japanese, and living in this condition in construction zone, trust me, is not her lifestyle. And her mother is 95 and didn't have anyone caretaking for her. So it's been perfect that she's able to be there for her mother, and then every 6 months she comes back to spend some time.
And these, I just got to say, these are individually placed, aren't they, Russ?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
I was going to say, yeah, that's and we have twins.
Yeah.
Painstaking detail and masterfully done.
You can take the word pain away.
No, stakingly done.
No, it's like doing a puzzle.
But it's lovely. It really adds to the look of the place.
You know, this all started when he sent me a video, and he wanted to show me what he started, and it was just 2 containers, I think, at the time, and they were cutting open the area. And when I saw that video, yeah, but it has come away since the last video you sent me.
Yes.
And when I saw that, we got to go up there and video this. So
Actually,
luckily he agreed.
It's the influence of her husband and my employment for him that gave me the step and courage, because I didn't know much about building permits and contractor's license, and the staff inside DCA that work with that every day. And so the time I spent working for DCA was very valuable to me, and actually DCA is the one at fault for making this decision, because my project was the Baza Gardens to Agate sewer line, and I was looking for a place to have lunch every day. And so I'm driving different places, and one day I drove onto the property and had lunch here, and I really liked it. And so I brought my wife and my son down, and we all fell in love with it, and we decided to proceed this direction.
And here you are.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell John and give him some credit.
No, he deserves a lot, because had it not happened, I may not have taken that step this direction. I may have ended up not even being on Guam. Who knows?
Well, Russ, I got to say thank you for sharing your home with us, with our viewers. This is absolutely magnificent. But all of my teachers in elementary school told me, you can't stop talking, boy, and I'm running out of superlatives to act like.
If anybody else wants to try to achieve this, I do have some influence in my life and education there of building, but most of my life was running and operating my own businesses. So it's only my younger years, but anybody can really do this, and I want to compliment the Public Works and the people there that you get your building permit and your contractor's license from, because that was a real shady area for me. I've never had to walk that path, and so when I had to go through that, I was very nervous, and they were great. They made it so simple and made it work, and
outstanding. We'll tell you what, I love island sunrises and sunsets, but I also love island rainstorms too. So ladies, thank you for this, and let's just end taking a look at this rain falling over the valley.
House to Home, presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at your Island Pizza Hut.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo's Select Care.
Half a day, I'm Clara Calvo bringing you your weekly renewal. Today I am here at AMC Upper Tumon Clinic together with Dr. Wen. Thank you for joining, Dr. Wen.
No problem.
You are, among many other things, you are an integrative doctor, doctor of family medicine, I know doctor of aesthetics, so you have a wealth of information. And so last month in May, we focused a lot on women's health. And this month in June, we want to focus on men's health. And I thought you would be the perfect person to speak to about that. So in your experience, have you seen if there's a trend, if there's like a major difference between like when you see a female patient and a male patient as far as like their approach to health?
Yeah, I mean, these are generalizations, but I would say typically for the male population, sometimes I have the wives dragging in the husbands in to get checked out, right? But I think, you know, when I take a step back and think about why that is, I think some of that is just more maybe a pride thing, or just maybe men in general don't want to face that mortality, you know, and that news of, oh, I am vulnerable, or I might have early news of my mortality. And I think that's part of the psychology of it, maybe. I mean, case in point for myself, right? Like as a physician, I should be a model of health. And sometimes if I do my labs and they're not abnormal, it's just kind of shameful for me. And even admitting that to anybody is just somewhat shameful. So I think in that psychology realm, that's probably maybe what's going on. Sometimes when I tell my story of, you know, I do all the basics and I feel like I do eat better and exercise more than most guys, but I still have my own health concerns and health issues. But I guess the way I think about it is at least share that information so that people have that motivation or common ground that, you know, they can also go on the journey and take care of their health as well.
So are there any specific pressing issues that you see that meant for men that they could look out for?
One topic I want to bring up definitely for men's health, and I feel like is very underreported, is the symptom of fatigue. I think a lot of people, men, including women, but also men, underreport their fatigue, and I think that's an issue to bring up to your physician, because you know, there could be 100 reasons, but certainly we can screen for a lot of things and take care of that easily. You know, whether it's things like anemia, hypothyroidism, just low testosterone, those things we can correct. And you know, the think about it is, if you want to be, you know, provide for your family, do right for your kids and have the energy to play with them, take in for sports, you want to have that energy. Energy is a major commodity, right? You want to have energy to do all these things.
Especially when you got little kids.
And be productive. So why compromise on that when you can get that fixed? Right?
Of course, when women, you know, it seems almost more acceptable, like, well, maybe it's because women talk about it more, but as we age, we go through perimenopause, we go through menopause. So we notice the decline in sex hormones, or hormones in general. Men have their own version of menopause.
So yeah, it's kind of sometimes coined andropause, right? So, and it is, you know, pretty well documented that anyone above the age of 40, 45, testosterone does start to tank or decrease. And, you know, maybe not to the levels of, you know, under a certain reference range that you would qualify for testosterone therapy, but some people can be symptomatic even if they're at a 300 or 400 level, and you know, it's hard to necessarily treat for that. You might have to find other ways to boost testosterone and get around that.
Is there like a specific diet, or are there things to do to boost that? What would you say? What would be like a good, just the basics of a good to increase testosterone?
Low sugar, less processed foods, because just diabetes in itself, having high sugars or even high cortisol, high stress, all of those things can affect the effectiveness. Even if you have a normal testosterone, they can affect the testosterone binding and the effectiveness of your existing testosterone. So getting maybe more on the lower carb, or at least decrease your processed carbs, and obviously have enough protein intake. I think a lot of people are not having enough protein for the most part. So
thank you for joining us. We will see you next week for part 2 of the series.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo's Select Care.
Guam's beauty is only surpassed by its hospitality. Please help protect it by not bringing any items that can have a harmful impact on the island. Remember, if it's not native, it could be invasive. Leave invasives behind.
New training location confirmed. The Mariana Islands. Before and after training, you will identify and sanitize your tactical gear to prevent the spread of invasive species. If it's not native, it could be invasive. Leave invasives behind.
What if dreams could truly come alive?
World Theater Productions and the Guam Philharmonic Foundation invite you to Disney's
Dare to Dream Jr.,
presented by the Micronesia Mall and KUAM.
Experience a brand new musical review featuring classic Disney songs from Cinderella and Pinocchio
to new favorites from The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Moana, and many more. See it at the Sandcastle Theater on Saturday, July 5th and Sunday, July 6th. Tickets are just $20 for general admission.
Get ticket information now at guamphilharmonic.org.
Health Check is brought to you locally by Island Cancer Center.
Half a day, ladies. Okay, we know that cancer and cancer awareness, cancer support, cancer treatment is very, very important to Payless. But I mean, you know, as a locally owned company with its roots in Guam and everything, this is so important to who you are. So what are you guys promoting today?
Today, our Circle of Care Cancer Program, which is under the Payless Community Foundation, is here to share our support services, psycho-oncology services that we're offering to the community. It's available to cancer patients, survivors, and their support team, which includes caregivers, family members, friends, everybody who's impacted by their cancer journey.
For those of you who are not familiar with the Guam Cancer Trust Fund, it was a special fund that was created by Public Law 30-80, and the purpose of the fund was really to provide support to all our nonprofit organizations who provide direct services to our cancer survivors.
Girl behind the law is Natasha Paris, my daughter. She passed away well over in 2006. And so she's the namesake for No Smoking in Restaurants. And I wrote a book to remember her stories and her life, but her legacy of what she's known for is she's the Natasha Protection Act, which is the No Smoking in Restaurants.
So we have a lot of services under our program, like Marie was saying. We serve for the different people of the cancer community, including survivors, caregivers, family members, children of cancer patients, and even people who are just interested in the services that we provide. Some of the services that we offer are online services, online support groups, which occurs every Tuesday evening. And then we also offer every Saturday, every first and third Saturday of the month, in-person support groups as well.
Guam is good.
They don't know the story behind the Natasha Protection Act, or even that we have a Natasha Protection Act, because it was 20 years ago, and we continue not to smoke in front of public places and not in restaurants, so we can enjoy food. And now we know the story behind it, and we can remember. And when we stand up for something that's important and what's right, our youth can do this.
Give a shout out to our nonprofit organizations we have here with us today, and American Cancer Society, Atsudo Foundation, Catholic Social Service, Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation, KUAM Cancer Care, Total KUAM Foundation, Payless Markets Community Foundation, Get Healthy Guam Coalition, Waha Sustainable Culture.
Health Check is brought to you locally by Island Cancer Center.
All right, so my friends, that's going to do it for another episode of Health, Home, and Lifestyle. We hope you enjoyed what we had for you this week, and make sure if you want to see any of the episodes we ever do on how to show you how to live a healthy and happy island life, make sure to check out our YouTube channel. We are at youtube.com/KUM News. I'm Jason Salas here in Harmon, enjoying another wonderful island summer. We'll see you next time. Health, Home, and Lifestyle is brought to you by the Medical